Alright, what's up guys? I'm here, the West Rim Trail, like quarter mile in right now. And my parents just dropped me off. I'm on the southern terminus and hiking north. So far it's a beautiful little stream here. Falling orange blazes. It's gonna be hot. I'm ready for it today. Planning on 3 days, 2 nights. My longest and hardest trip yet. So the first 2 miles, as far as I'm aware, are like climbing 1,000 feet up. Very nicely blazed. I've heard it's a really easy trail to follow too. Look at that water down there. A little cascading waterfall. I got a bug net. These bugs out here are already bothering me. It smells funny. It's not as trapped, humid kind of feeling as I thought it would be in here, but yeah. Going up the hill still. Just for perspective on how the hill's going. And right now, it's rocky. This is looking straight out. It probably looks like I'm pointing my camera towards the ground, but here's looking straight out this way. We just had a nice little flat section there. Yeah. Real rocky. Real rocky. Found the trail register. Gonna try to sign this. Last time I opened one of these, there was a giant jump scare spider, but it was real. How cool is that? So, Long Branch Trail to Black Forest Trail. These trails connect. Kind of. You can make a big loop out of it, I think. Alright, so a couple, I think, Austin and Jess. Looks like they were here earlier today. They probably came in on the shuttle this morning. I missed the shuttle time. Actually, I was up at the north end 10 minutes after the shuttle, I think. I don't know. But had to shout out the YouTube channel, Black Hole Hikes on YouTube. And to my 2 favorite girls. Hi Evelyn and hi Mandy. Dynamite shed. There's so many mosquitoes and little bugs around. It's crazy. Thank God I upgraded to get this bug net. Whew. You also might notice the light on my hat. I'm gonna try to keep it there, although I don't want to lose it. It's like $30 or something like that. I hear people yelling. Hopefully that's not something bad. Either way, the light. It is about 1/4 of the weight of the NU25 I was wearing. I love that headlamp. Beautiful headlamp, works great. This is much less weight. The form factor is nicer. I'm gonna upgrade and get a hip belt pocket or light AF fanny pack, as much as I hate to say those words. But that's where it's gonna stay. Just testing it out. Don't really need too much light ever. I don't do a lot of night hiking, but it definitely gets the job done. I tested it out a little bit this week. But yeah, 1/4 of the weight, which gave me room to upgrade to get a bug net too, and still be cutting weight. I think my base weight's around 9 pounds. I'll leave the lighter pack info there. There's definitely people though. There's a huge spider up in that web. Right there. I went to get a better angle, not in the sunlight, and he moved. Must have hit like one of his like strands of his web. So far so good. Down to only 1 liter of water. I'm carrying 3 liters of water this time. I started it with only 2. 3 1-liter smart water bottles. That's what I got. So, I gotta find water soon. And camel up and fill up. And that should last me till camp, hopefully I don't dry camp tonight, but I might. We'll see. Alright, just potentially had my first bear scare. It was actually kind of scary. Had the bear spray out. Something was just kind of like walking through the bushes with me. Probably a deer, but it wasn't just like a squirrel or anything. It was actually something of decent size. Wow. That's a good view. People say that the southern end doesn't have as good of views, but that's awesome. If the southern end, or they didn't say it doesn't have good views, but they said it has, you know, the southern half's like not as good, you know, and I think for Pennsylvania, not as good is still awesome, and that just goes to show. I got this Met RX bar, Big 100 crispy apple pie. It is so good. Like 2 minutes down the trail from where I heard something at, but I'm gonna sit on this log right under the camera here. I'm gonna put some Luco tape on my feet, and keep going. This is, yeah, it gets better. Unfortunately, these guys are trapped in here with me at this hole. They can't really get out. I think they're trout. I think they're baby trout. It's hard to tell. And there's more up there too. And this is deep enough to get a smart water bottle in, thankfully. I'm gonna filter about 3 liters, probably more. Campsite here. I came from up there. That way to Blackwell. The Bowen Trail is what it says here. Bowen Trail. It's a pretty decent campsite though. It's not too flat, but I mean you can make it work. Just stuff here to camp on. The bugs are annoying, but at least I got to see, I think, some baby trout, little fingerlings. I think that's what they're called when they're babies. It's because they're like finger length. Not sure. Trail's really good right now. I have a mild headache. It's kind of annoying. This happens when it's hot or when I'm exerting myself, but it always hits later. It doesn't go away for a while, so it's going good though. My first time ever seen a porcupine, I think. Yep, he scared the piss out of me. Go on, buddy, get up there. I don't want to play with you, and you don't want to play with me. Buddy. Pal. If you come barreling down that tree, I didn't know they could climb a tree so well either. I mean, I've heard of it, but I didn't know. What if he falls out the tree on me, you know what I mean? I don't want to play, you don't want to play. Every time I get closer, he moves up. I feel bad, I don't want to scare the guy like that, but I also don't need any problems. He reminds me of like a sloth. Yeah, he was down here in the water. Alright, I'm gonna just kind of book it by. Alright. Well, that's interesting. could hear him climbing up with his long nails still. First real wildlife encounter. Don't know what was back there around the 2-mile mark, but that was the first real animal encounter. That was fun. This is the trail conditions right now. Really rooty. This is also like 3 seconds after that last clip with the porcupine, so. This is probably the worst water source I've ever gotten water from, but it's gotta be done. I only have like 1.7 liters of water, so I just got like another 900 mLs. Dropped my pack back here. Was taking a break and decided to look at the map and realized I passed up the last water supply till camp. Now camp's in 3 miles. I anticipate drinking 1 more liter. On the map, it looks like there's another water source. But is there? I don't know. And that's alright. But if it is another water source, I'm going to dump this stuff out. And I will get water from that. I'm at 7.1 miles or so. Alright, so I'm at mile marker 8.2 at a campsite here. Trail's just over there. Not a bad camp. I'm going to give it a name though. We are 8.2 miles from the southern terminus. That means we are at the highest point of the West Rim Trail. I am exhausted, if you can't tell. And these bugs are driving me crazy. But the name is real simple. I think we should call it High Point Camp. The High Point Campsite. I'm still getting used to holding my phone on the trekking pole. I really need to just get one of the magnetic mounts because locking this thing in place every time is so annoying. But yeah, campsite. Lots of firewood here too. Somebody was kind enough to do that, and the last campsite I saw had birch bark in it too, so that's cool. 2.5 miles to the camp I intend to camp at. We'll see what happens in 2 miles. And 2 miles from here, there's another camp that's supposed to be kind of decent, I think. I can't remember. But 2.5 miles is the campsite I intend to stay at. That will be 10.7 miles in, leaving me at a pretty good place for day 1 of the hardest day, the big uphill day. So we continue. MVP of the trip on day 1 is this bug net. I don't care what it looks like. Call me a baby if you want. But these little gnats are too much. Just too much. Going downhill again. I know I'm going to be going back up too. That's frustrating. But yeah. Bug net MVP. Your boy's been stung a lot by stinging nettle on my legs, and it's annoying as shit. It's coming at a time where there's a bunch of mosquitoes too. I'm exhausted the last like 2 miles of the day. But there we go, I figured it out, what stinging nettle is. It just kind of feels like you got a little jagger in your skin, or like a needle or a little pinprick. at first. Stinging nettle. All of that back there is stinging nettle. I am not exaggerating either. If that's what it even is. I actually have no idea. It looks like I'm going to be going through a lot more of it. This is my view. The campsite here. The trail's right here and the campsite's up there. Look at that. Still getting used to the zoom features here. We got water down there too. If you could see it the way I see it. Let's see what we can do here. It just doesn't do it justice. That is awesome. I'm so exhausted. Just passed 2 kids. They looked at this site and decided they wanted to go check out the next one. That works out better because this one's a much smaller site, probably 1 person. The other site was bigger, so I like the view of this one better though. So I'm gonna check out just literally like a 2-minute walk up the trail. I'll leave my stuff here and go see, just in case, because my marker for the campsite is that way. Just a little bit further, but the last one was off by a little bit too. Dry camp, not a big fan, but I have 1.5 liters of water. Not as much as I'd like, but alright, we'll see. Got a good fire going. Great view. Just gotta set up the tent. Alright, so there's the pitch. It's probably the worst pitch I've ever seen on my tent, the Lunar Solo. So many things went wrong. Limited space. Over here did not work at all. There's too many rocks. Up there did not work at all. Can't put the stakes in more than 1 inch. And mostly here too. It was awful, to say the least. Alright, scratch that. It's not the worst. It's my worst. But what I did was loosened up the back over here, which gave me more room to pull this trekking pole out. Let's see. And because I did that, I had more bathtub floor room. I'm definitely going to be sleeping sideways. That's going to suck, but I can make it work. I could shove stuff under the sleeping pad to make it more level. I will say, this time I did not bring my Virgin Outdoors Highlander fleece. I didn't bring my fleece. So I'm limited on clothes I could shove under my sleeping pad to make it 1, not move, and 2, be level. I could use my rain jacket, socks. Other than that, I really don't got much. So, it'll be an interesting night of sleep. I am so incredibly sorry for anybody that cannot come out here. This is almost 11 miles out. You could even skip the first 2 miles of that big hill. If you could get out here, you need to. Like, this is, I don't even know, like, it's just incredible. It's really crazy to me that there's people out there that won't get to see this in their lifetime. Because this video doesn't do it justice. So, I can tell I'm exhausted because I keep getting lightheaded. Almost feels like my blood pressure is low or high or something. I don't even know. It took me a minute to find a way to hang the bear bag. There's like no suitable trees here. Had to go pretty far, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm completely exhausted. 10 miles is roughly my limit for some reason. Don't know why. Well, to be fair, it was a hard day though. It was a hard day. Other trails, you know, might be easier. I'm hoping for a better day tomorrow. I hope I could just recover I hope I'm not screwed because of going hard the first day. Sun's setting in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Fire's still going. I am eating lasagna with meat sauce. Kind of excited about that. Hopefully it's good. Low light video here. I have... Oh my god, why did I put it away? Pumped up the Lima tensor all season with this guy here. Don't think that's the right nozzle though. I don't even know what I'm doing. It worked, I just had to hold it. I'm guessing that I used the wrong one. But thank you to my lovely girlfriend for getting me this. Good morning. I fell asleep last night. I like passed out and then woke up at like 12:30. And various other times. That's just how I sleep anymore. Nothing to do with out here. I slept pretty good actually. Fresh socks. But look at this. Let's go put this other sock on and go check it out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The sun's rising over there. Well, let's get going today. Alright, all packed up. Got my snacks for the day right there. I didn't eat breakfast yet. I only have a little over a liter of water. So I'm going to hang off on that until I get to the next water source, then I'll do breakfast. We are going to get out of here. Something tells me this is not good. I feel like these guys are like going extinct or something, but them all being here is not good for the tree, right? I don't know. I don't know much about them, but I found them all. They're all right here. I think that's what these guys are. I can't even tell. Kind of creepy. 3 deer up there. 2 doe? Maybe a doe and a young one. Yeah, it's 2 doe. And the baby with spots just went running. Oh, it's not like I got spots. Almost. I almost didn't even notice him. It's alright. This really cool butterfly went flying that way, and I saw, hi buddy. Sorry, he was walking towards me. You don't gotta be afraid. Hey, what are you looking at? No ticks yet, I checked last night. That's good. Don't want to get limes. Keep feeling like those deer are following me. But yeah, alright, let's keep going. I think we're going to get to this. That's a bear, 100%, that's a bear. Right there. Alright, my heart's racing. I yelled at him and he started to run, but he keeps looking back. I don't see him anymore or hear him. But he went to my right, which generally on this trail is east, but I think it's north right now. Yeah. Northeast. Hey, bear! Got the bear spray out anyways. Took the safety off. I'm kind of worried about more bear or cubs. The bear are generally more afraid of us than we are them. I guess it depends who you talk to. He's more afraid, which is a good thing. I'm not a bear expert, but I know a little bit about bear. Black bear, at least. What to do, at least. You know, make sure you let them know you're there. You don't want to scare them while you're close to them. Just keep letting them know where you're at. Which sounds like a bad idea, but hold on. Hey, bear! At the risk of sounding like an idiot to nearby hikers, just yelling, hey, bear. Anyways, I'm coming up on a camping area and I want to cook and eat breakfast. That kind of sucks. I need to like watch my back too, though, because I'm hiking in the opposite direction. He came from over here. This is a roundabout where he was at. I'm a little bit past where he crossed at. That's crazy. I stopped to record something, I don't even remember, and then I saw it. If I didn't stop to record those deer or whatever I was recording, I might not have seen him until I got a lot closer when he started running, hopefully away from me. That was scary. My first bear encounter, the Western Trail. Just one, no cubs. I'd say he's gone. I am going to put the phone down and stop recording now so I can pay attention. 1, and 2, I need to look at the map and see which way he went. Probably going to run into him again if he went north, which I think is where... If I can, I'll put an overlay on the map where I'm at right now. I do see something moving. Huh. Straight back there. Well, I'm going to put the phone down. Apparently there's water here, and this is where I plan on eating breakfast. But considering I'm less than a mile away from a bear, I don't see water. I don't think I'm eating breakfast yet. We have a roadwalk now. Basically made 2 hard right turns. So you know what that means. I'm going back towards the bear. Boiling some water so I could get oatmeal, breakfast essentials, and instant espresso Nescafe Gold. Alright, now I really love my coffee, but I think I'm going to put this in it. Yeah, this is the whole cook kit in action here. Put my Nescafe Gold in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, the oatmeal's coming along. Put a little extra water in this one. Dirty water is still good. Doesn't smell great, but I don't really like this source of water, considering it's coming from a hill and up there's a building. Somebody's camp. Here's to me not getting sick. So, this is only my second video, but something that will become quite apparent, and I didn't do it in my last video, was adding peanut butter to things. I don't even really like peanut butter that much. I think of it more of like a condiment. I just like adding it to stuff. I mean, everybody loves a good PB&J. All right, added to the peanut butter. All right, so there's my coffee with the breakfast carnation in it. Stirred it up pretty good. Let's try it. I will say, this is actually really good. The breakfast carnations in the Nescafe. I forget what I did, how many mLs, but I need to remember for next time. I don't even know. Either way, it's good. I'm in my favorite forest here. Yeah. Birds are chirping. The forest is alive. Believe me, there's a bear out here somewhere. Actually, pretty close to me, I bet. Also, did I already say this? The peanut butter in that was fire. Peanut butter and oatmeal? Oh my god. So, for those of you who might wonder how I store my stuff, it's like that. I have a little microfiber cloth to sit underneath the fuel canister, the BRS 3000T right there on top of it. A lot of times I just throw the lighter in there too. Lately, I've been, and I'm gonna start doing that again. Lately, I just put it on top of the lid and it fits under the lip of this stuff sack for the Toaks titanium. This 750 MO, I think. It's in my lighter pack. That looks like chicken of the woods. This reminds me of the time I went to the Hickory Creek Wilderness and forgot my bear spray. You know, every like 20 yards I'm yelling, "Hey, bear." We got a light rain going right now. So I'm gonna keep booking it through here. I wanna get to that overlook in a couple miles, see the apparent best campsite on the trail. With how I felt yesterday and how hot it was, there was no way I could have made it. I mean, I could have made it with the time frame, but the amount of water I had and stuff, it was just dodgy. Plus, I'm gonna stay out here again tonight. So, one thing that I've always had on my trekking pole is this tape. It's just Gorilla tape. It has been on there for over a year, about a year and a half, almost 2 years. Now, is it gonna work as it's intended when I need it to? I don't know. We're gonna find out someday, but I haven't had a use for it yet. It weighs like nothing. I don't even notice it's there. And on the other pole, at the same height, I have a little phone mount. It's actually for a microphone, so you could read the lyrics while you're doing karaoke. So, yeah. It works out pretty well, but I want to get a new one. Let's get going. Just came from back here. West Rim, Southern Terminus. Last I knew, we were in a blue on this. All right. Smokey the Bear. 2028. To elect Smokey the Bear. Bring him back. See, my understanding was that there was a water source here, but there is not that I could tell. But we're gonna go to the Vista, I think. Must be a driving way to get there. But yeah, so the trail just kind of goes around this little road walk right up to the Vista, and apparently the best campsite. Let's find out. There's a reason they call this the best campsite. The road is right there. It's fenced in up here. Wow. Plenty of place for people to have camp. I could hear people down there. Wow. Maybe down in the water. Well, I heard something bang. Wow, it really is a beautiful campsite. Look at that house all the way up there. Jeez. You can, looks like, climb out over onto that. That'll be alright. There's the rail trail, I believe. Wow. Really is a great view. This view comes with a nice campsite. And by nice, I mean really nice. Is that a sign? Oh. So much area to put a tent, hammocks. This is by far the best campsite. Now apparently there's another one in 0.2 miles or something this way. But yeah. Wow. It's incredible. Second fire ring. Watching the sun rise up on that view would be incredible, just like mine was this morning. I liked the view at my campsite better, but the campsite itself was so bad. Although it did have a lot more wood. This place seems to be much more used and abused. This is like one of my favorite spots to be on this trail so far. Wow. I saw this on an Adventure Archives video. I forget which one of the guys, they always like to identify things, but it's so cool. Looking, I wish I remembered what they said. I just flipped a rock and saw this guy here. I want to put it back. Safely returned the way it was found. Also, he crawled back into the little divot in there too. I had to coach him a little bit, but he's good. Look at this campsite with a view. Wow. Jeez. Wow. This is at 16.7. So if you're going south to north and you don't want to hang out with the crowd, this is the place to be. This is the best view here, I think. Oh my. Just come down this hill to this beautiful campsite with a bridge, water, plenty of space. Lots of bugs though. And this stump with the rock on it is where I am gonna make lunch. Alright, so for lunch, I'm putting the chicken creation inside the chicken fried rice. Should be good, but I gotta block some wind. Feels like the same view every time, but, well, it doesn't feel like it. On camera, it feels like it. But here in person, it does not feel like it. And it just doesn't do it justice, ever. This is the first time I had to bust this out in a while since Hickory Creek Wilderness last fall. I think it's actually going to rain for a bit. I'm going to have to set up my tent in the rain, which I've never done before. So, probably cook in the vestibule as well. We'll see how that goes. That is probably the most outlandish thing I have ever seen in my life. What in tarnation? I'm at campsite A, which is 19.2 or something like that. It's just up over here. It's actually pretty good. Let me get up here real quick and show you. Then we'll go find B. So far, the website I got this information from hasn't lied, but sometimes it's a little bit off. Oh, I'm exhausted. A 10-mile day tomorrow. Great campsite. A lot of spots to try to set up a tent. I'm thinking over there, or back, right over here. Let's go check out the next one. Alright, and B. Which, one, I like better. And two, I had to come down a pretty steep hill to get here. Oh my, it's full of garbage. Recent, too. Hope it wasn't those two guys. Come on. What's up with that? Yeah, I'll make it work. Less firewood, I think. That's alright. Cotton ball of Vaseline. Gets the job done every time. The view here is not as good as the other one, but it's just fine. Also, maybe a little bit worse of a campsite in some ways. We'll see when it comes to pitching the tent. We're gonna have to find something here. I mean, it looks like people have gone here, but I don't know. This doesn't look right. It looks like my tent pitch is gonna be a little bit crooked again. It's alright, you're never gonna get perfectly flat ground. This is a spot. My tent pitches different way though. The wind is coming from over there, so I'd like to keep the face of my tent that way. I could just try to go right here. A little close to the campfire. I'll figure it out. Tonight on the menu is beef stroganoff from Peak Refuel. 800 calories or so. On top of the peanut butter bar I just ate, which was like 210 calories. Hell yeah. It was a Cliff Bar. Fire's still fighting to go after the downpour. We got the tent set up just in time though. Poor pitch, but I don't even know what to do about it. Besides shift it more this way. Which I could, realistically, but it's fine in there. Not my best hang, again. This keeps happening. I really need to just like switch to an Ursac or something. Yeah. It's probably 10 feet off the ground, maybe. Yeah, probably just about 10. Within jumping distance of a branch for like a chipmunk. So, we'll see what happens. I'll be quite honest with you, I have no idea what to do about that. It's pretty grim. Had it covered today. I had a blister I didn't know about. Must have popped last night. Put some triple antibiotic on it. And then a Band-Aid. And then Leuko tape. So probably just gonna put a plain Band-Aid on it tonight to let it dry, I guess. I didn't know I needed to air it out probably. It's soaked and that's gonna hurt so bad tomorrow. Good morning. Look at this sunrise. All right. I didn't record it, but I had my 2 oatmeal packs right between these rocks. Worked out great. Put peanut butter in them both. Breakfast carnations? Essentials? Why do I keep calling it carnations? Is it essentials? I don't even know. With my coffee. The bag. Everything is still not ready to go. I'm going to finish my coffee, get that ready to go, and we need to beat feet today. Because we got a long day. I got 10 miles. Then I got to drive for hours. And I got to see my niece for her birthday. That was 5 days ago today? 4 or 5 days ago? So, happy birthday, Emma. I forgot to mention it, but here's my tent. There's the tree. That porcupine was trying to climb that tree. That was interesting. Did I bring up the porcupine? I don't know if I did yet or not. Yeah, that was at like 1 in the morning. And I think something was trying to bed down right here beside me. I don't know what. I thought I heard something behind me. My head was on the other side of this. And then I like, before I could even speak, I smacked the back of my tent. And then I said, hey. And whatever it was, sounded like it galloped away. Don't know what that was. I know when bears run, they kind of prance and gallop a little bit, depending on the terrain. Deer, I think. That's just the way it sounded. It was bigger. It was probably just a deer. That's what I think.
ain't been trying to change, clouded and unfazed, just trying to gaze into each other's mind. The haze is making us blind, we'll hide from the outside. Gaze into each other's minds, our past will leave behind, but eyes we try to hide. And I can't break free from this curse that you hold on me. Deception of the mind's taking over me. Take it as it comes, feeling kinda numb. Medicate so I survive.
I'm at a campsite at 19 or 20 miles or so. And this is where you can take a shortcut to cut across a big uphill and take 2 miles off the hike. I really want to do that, but I won't let it go. If I do, I won't consider it complete. I'm banged up, my feet are banged up. I got a lot of driving and visiting to do today, and I gotta work at 9 tomorrow morning. I mean, we're looking at almost 4 hours of driving, and I'm already tired. But I'm gonna do it anyways. We are gonna continue on the path. I think it's down there. I think I gotta cross the creek. I came up from right down up there. I think somewhere up there, that's the shortcut. So, yeah, like I said, I came from right there. And I go down in here. Yeah, to that tree. So I stopped to put bug lotion on. I always forget till I hit the first patch of plants that hit my shins. So I only put it on my legs up. I'm wearing long sleeve shirt. And whenever something touches my arms, when it's rolled up like this, I check real quick. And even still, when I put the keratin lotion on, I check my shins after a good section there. It's always a good idea to keep checking. But the permethrin pretty much takes care of everything. I soak this the night before I come out, so. All right, I got limited battery and limited storage on my phone. So let's get these 2 miles done, and let's show you the junction over there where it connects up. Down there's the creek. I just pulled the hill, and now I'm going back down another hill. I just climbed to the top of that, and now I'm going back down, it looks like, probably to go back up and around. That's what it does, because there's the trail over there. The campsite was back that way that I was just at. So you kind of come down the trail, hit the campsite, then you cross and come over this way, or you scoot along up that way and take the shortcut. This side has way more hills and elevation gain, as well as just extra mileage. So, also, I'm just now realizing my trekking poles are still different heights from when I set up my tent. Let me fix that. Leave a comment if you know what these things are for. I'm gonna look it up anyways, but I actually have no idea. I've seen several of them. I've seen white ones, black ones, pink, orange, all throughout this trail, and any other trail too. Still continuing on this here. I think we're halfway through it, which right now we'd be at the other end right now if we took the shortcut. I just got done running. I mean, look at this. This has to be my favorite part of the hike. This type of forest. Coniferous. Somewhere over there is the overlook. Maybe it's straight ahead of the PA Grand Canyon. Oh, this is my favorite part of the trail. And you know what? The best part is that I didn't skip it either. But I gotta keep these short and sweet because I'm running out of storage and battery. So I still got like at least 8 miles to go. So I need to get stepping here. So far this would have been the only confusing point on the trail. Just pay attention to your map, to the blazes. The way they do blazes here is a little bit normal, kind of. You're supposed to do a bottom left, top right for a right turn. So bottom right, top left for a left turn. They made it into an arrow as well. Also, you would notice you're not following orange blazes anymore, which is incorrect that way. I caught it right away, but I just thought it was interesting. So there's the hill that I just come down, up by that yellow gate up there. You probably can't see it from here. And then there's the Simon's Trail. That's the shortcut if you wanted to take that. A lot less elevation gain, you could see. There's the hill. I think it cuts off 2 miles, so if you like, there it is. Painter Leetonia Road. I've been looking up Leetonia, PA weather for the last 10 days. 2 weeks at this point. Road walk. Almost tempting to eat them. Big downhill. I think 2 more ups and then the final long downhill to the car. Wow, I am up here. I don't know if you can see what I see, what it looks like, but yeah. I think we're on top of the last hill. I think there's a little bit more uphill and then 2 miles down. I think we're at 27 miles or something. I hope we are by now. My heel is killing me. I don't know if I'm going to get to record an outro until I get to my car, but you just feel on top of the world up here. I found it. That's the view I've been looking for. This is incredible. Oh yeah. That's what it's about. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Don't know how much more I could record. I'm on like the last 3% of my battery right now, so it's a long, hard hike. Got 1.5 miles to go downhill, so in the woods right now, and yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for watching. There's my car. Oh, walk past it. Done. West Rim Trail. 30 miles. All done. It's awesome. Alright. Time to go home.
All I see is technicolor daydreams, and vibes can be misleading. What I see is deceit.